So in this video, I'm gonna be ranking how OP these heroes are in Marvel Rivals. And just so we're all on the same page, I'm gonna be ranking all of these heroes based on how OP they've been throughout the season. This is not just this specific season, I'm gonna be ranking them, have they been OP since the very beginning, or maybe these heroes are just never OP. So in this tier list, we have D tier, never been meta before, C tier, which is barely meta, B tier, which is balanced, they're not really in the meta, but they can be good, A tier, which is mostly meta, and S tier, always been meta. And just to let you guys know, I have been playing this game since season 0, so I have seen all of the good and all of the bad of this game. I know the metas, and I know who's been OP throughout the seasons. So let's start with Black Panther. Black Panther is never really been meta. Now the thing is with Black Panther, it's kind of hard to rank him because there's some cracked Black Panthers out there that are just way too good, and you just want to permaban him. But then you have to be really good with him, and he's never really been meta. I mean, there's some really good Black Panthers out there, but the thing is, it's kind of hard to rank him, like I said, because he could be in D tier, which is never meta, or in B, which is like balanced. I might move him later on, but for now, he's never been meta. Black Widow, I feel like Black Widow is the most obvious one that's never been meta. Like, let's be honest, since season 0, she's always like at the bottom of tier list. Like, she's just, I feel so bad. I feel like the reason why she's never been meta is because they're afraid of buffing her, because if she can one-shot, she's definitely gonna skyrocket, by the way. She's definitely gonna be way better if she can do that. But I feel like they're just way too afraid to buff her, which I can understand, but unfortunately, she's just never been meta before. Hawkeye is definitely mostly meta or always meta, and I'm kinda leaning more towards S tier, which is always meta. I swear to God, this guy has always been at least top 5 best DPS out there. He's never falling off. Like, I don't remember a season where he's actually bad. Like, he's relatively like always good. He's gonna be the first always meta. I've just never seen him fall off. And it's the same thing with Hela. There's literally not a single season where she's bad. Like, she's always been really good, and I don't know why, by the way, but they keep buffing Hela. Like, why? There was a season where she was already really good, and then they buffed her, and now in season 2.5 she's still really good, and then they buffed her. The only explanation I can think of is because they added Ultron, and there's gonna be a lot of flyers, but yeah, she's already too strong. Why buff her? I'm actually sick and tired of seeing Hela and Hawkeye players that I've just always seen them. Human Torch, Human Torch had a moment where he was like really broken. I think it was in season 2. He was like perma-banned, or if he's not perma-banned, he's like insta-picked. When he first got released, he was dog water. Like, we can all agree, no one really played him. They buffed him, he's suddenly the most broken hero, and then now they nerfed him. He's alright, he's alright. So he's gonna be in barely meta because he did have a moment in season 2. Iron Fist. Now, Iron Fist is also, I'm pretty sure he also had a moment where he's like extremely broken. I think that's in season 2 when he was like really broken because of the amount of shield that he can get, like extra health he can get. But throughout the season, he's not really meta. He's like balanced, I think I'll put him here because he did have a moment where he was extremely broken, so I'm gonna put him here. Iron Man. I think Iron Man is gonna be the first one to be an A tier, which is mostly meta. No, actually, wasn't he kind of bad in season 1 or season 0? I mean, I want to put him in A tier at least and mostly meta, but there's something at the back of my head that is telling me he was bad in season 0. I feel like I'm kind of conflicted. Is he A tier or B tier? I'll put him in B tier for now. I might move him in A tier later on. Magic. Now, Magic is also one of those heroes where they've never been meta, but they're strong. They are strong. She's like, in my opinion, the definition of underrated. I feel like she's really strong, but barely people playing her. She's never been like S tier meta, and she's also never been like a never meta before. So this is like the perfect balance right now. Mr. Fantastic. Now, I have never seen this guy meta before. He's good if you know how to use him, don't get me wrong, but I don't remember him being meta whatsoever. Now the thing is, I want to put him in B because he is quite good if you know how to use him, but the thing is, that's kind of defeating the purpose. He's never been meta. I'll put him there. Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight had a moment as well. I think in season 1.5 where his ultimate deals extra damage, I think. think. So that was his moment. He was a little bit meta back then, but that's basically it. He's always been he dominates in the lower elo, but the higher elo you go, he kind of falls off. I would definitely say barely meta because of that one moment in 1.5 season. Namor. I think Namor is gonna be the first one to be in A tier. Namor has always been like a top contender where if there's a Spider-Man, oh, you go Namor. If there's a Black Panther, oh, you go Namor. Like, he's always been like your second option basically. So he's gonna be the first one to be in mostly meta. Like, if you want to counter, he's like your go-to counter for DPS, you know. So I'll put him there. Psylocke. Ooh, Psylocke is gonna be always meta for sure. Like, Psylocke has always been at least in top 5 best DPS. This is definitely her weakest season, but I'm saying as if she's bad. She's still really strong, by the way. I'm gonna have to say always meta. I have never seen Psylocke been not meta. Like, she's always up there. I don't remember Scarlet Witch being ever meta. I think when they first added the Doctor Strange Scarlet Witch team up, then she was a little bit played then, but was she meta? Maybe a little bit. She's either gonna be in D tier, which is never meta, or barely meta. I think I'm leaning more towards C tier, just because ever since they added the Doctor Strange team up, she's like popping off. Spider-Man. I think Spider-Man is also around in the balance. He's never been meta, but you will still see him in your games. Sometimes he's even getting banned. So I'm gonna have to put him in B tier. Star-Lord. I think Star-Lord is also around in the middle. Star-Lord reminds me of Magic, where they're kind of underrated. They're never meta, but they're like really strong. He's either B tier or mostly meta. I'm gonna put him in B tier. Storm player. Ooh, she was definitely like one of those heroes where they're just dog water. I remember in season 0, dog water. I think she got better in either season 1 or season 1.5, where she's just absolutely terrorizing everyone. She's like permabanned or insta-picked. And now this season, she's like really strong again. This might be a hot take. I was gonna put her in barely meta, but I want to put her in A tier because that's 2 seasons now. 2 seasons that she's really good. Squirrel. Now Squirrel is kind of the same as Moon Knight, where like they're really good in the lower elo, but then the higher elo you go, she kind of falls up. Nah, actually that's a lie. I'm currently in GM and I've been seeing a lot of Squirrels. I think it's because she got buffed this season. So where do I put that? where do I put that? Because she's always been like not meta and suddenly she's meta. So I guess barely meta because she's like really good now. So I guess I'll put it there. Punisher. I think Punisher is gonna be in balance for sure. I don't remember him like being mega OP or like mega bad. He's always been right in the middle. He's like your go-to pick where you don't know who to pick, and then you're like, you know what, Punisher, it seems good. You cannot go wrong with him. It doesn't matter what comp you're running. So I'm gonna have to put him in B tier. He's always been balanced. Winter Soldier. I'm pretty sure this guy has always been meta, no? He's always been really good as a DPS. Ever since season 0, I've never seen this guy fall off. Like, he's always been good. So I guess always meta? I mean, that just makes sense, honestly. Wolverine. Where do I put this guy, actually? The only time Wolverine is not meta is season 0, when nobody knows how to play him. But ever since then, he's always been good. So is that balanced or mostly meta? I kind of want to put him in mostly meta because he's always your like, oh, we need a tank buster, we need Wolverine, you know? Like, the only time he was not meta is season 0. Ever since then, he's always been meta for sure. So I'm gonna put him there. Adam Warlock. Now I feel like Adam is definitely also a balanced one. He's never been meta, but he's always like a really good pick either way, especially if it's triple support. Like, you can never go wrong with this guy, especially if you know how to use him. So with that, I'm gonna have to put him in balance. I don't remember him like barely meta or mostly meta. He's always been right in the middle, so I'll put him there. Cloak and Dagger. Ooh, I think that's at least A tier. If I'm remembering this correctly, since season 0, she's always been really good. She's never been considered like a troll pick though. She's always been like either meh, like a good enough, or like really good. So I guess mostly meta. I'm gonna have to put her here. If you're forced to go support, we already know who you're picking is Cloak and Dagger is Invisible Woman. I've never seen Invisible Woman to be like in a barely meta or never meta. She's always been really good, and she's always been at least one of the best supports. So I'm gonna have to say always meta. I was gonna put her here, but ever since she got released, she's always at least top 5 best supports. Jeff, I definitely never recalled Jeff being meta. I've been playing comp since season 0, and I've never heard anyone say Jeff is meta, pick him. I've never heard that before. So I guess he's never been meta. I'm gonna have to put him in D tier. Loki, oh my god, this guy is the definition of always meta in support. This guy is just so versatile. You cannot go wrong with him. And I cannot really complain because I love Loki. Loki is my go-to support if I need to. It's definitely Esther, alongside with the Invisible Woman. Luna Snow, dude. Luna Snow is the character that I picture that always been meta. No, I think we can all agree that Luna Snow is like the favorite child of Marvel Rivals. Luna Snow has always been at least top 3 best support in every season. This is definitely going on S tier. I would make a tier list above her just for her, but nah, I'm not gonna do it. But she's always been meta for sure. Mantis. Mantis is, I feel like she's mostly balanced. You could argue she can be in mostly meta because you do see her, but I don't know, because I feel like I only see her in a triple support comp, so I'm gonna have to put her in balance. The only time I see her is triple support, so I'm gonna have to put her in balance. Rocket had a bad season at the very beginning. In season 0, pretty sure everyone considered him as the worst support in season 0, but ever since he got buff, he's always been like a top contender. No, he's always been really good. When did he get buff? I don't remember. Was it in season 1 or season 1.5? The only season he's not meta is season 0, maybe season 1 as well. I cannot recall when he got buff, but ever since he got mega buff, he's always been at least a top contender for support. I'm gonna put him there. The thing is with Ultron, it's kind of too early to rank him because this is the season when he got released. So I'm gonna have to put him in balance because he's never been meta and he's not always meta. So I guess right in the middle is perfect for him. I'm gonna have to put him in B tier. I guess we'll see in season 3 where he goes, but for now he's kind of balanced. Alright, Captain America. Captain America has always been, I think he's always been balanced, but this season I've been seeing him a lot. So I might put him in barely meta. I wanted to put him in B tier, which is right in the middle, but was it in season 2 or 2.5 where he's been really good now? So I'm gonna put him in barely meta because he's always been considered like mediocre, like he's middle, but then this current season he's been really popping off. Doctor Strange, now there was a season where they killed him and then he was considered the worst tank, but he got buff and then now he's feeling a little bit better. I do see him like quite more now. I feel like there's only one season where he was kind of bad, but most of the time he was really good. So I guess that's gonna be mostly meta. Literally only one season where he was kind of bad, but ever since then he's good. Emma Frost, she got released in season 2 and up to now she's definitely still meta. Like she is still, we can all agree Emma is the best tank currently. There's no argument on it. So I'm gonna have to put her in Esther, which is always meta, but who knows, maybe in season 3 she's gonna fall off, who knows. Groot, now Groot, I think he's always been meta, no? I don't remember a season where he's actually dog water. Like he's always been really good. I feel like he's either A tier or S tier for sure. I'm gonna have to put him in S tier for now. I might change it later on though. Hulk, I think Hulk is mostly meta for sure. I think he had one season where he's kinda meh. Like he's still good, but there's tanks that are just better than him, but most of the time he's like pretty good, especially because he has one of the strongest team ups out there. We can all agree he's always been a top contender because of his team ups. So I'm gonna have to put him in mostly meta because he's always been really good anyway. I feel like Magneto, this might be a hot take. I feel like Magneto, even though he's like considered one of the best tanks, I actually feel like he's quite balanced. Like he's really strong, but he's not like OP strong. The best thing they can do with him is a slight nerf on like his bubbles maybe. Without being said though, he's definitely always meta. He's at least top 5 best tank all the time. So I feel like Penny is kind of barely meta or balanced. I feel like Penny is also one of those heroes where the lower elo you go, the better she is. So she's either gonna be C tier or B tier. I'm gonna have to put her in B. I feel like she's like fine. The Thing. Now, The Thing had a moment in, was it season 1.5? It was when he got released, no? When he got released, he was the most broken tank ever. This guy was extremely broken, but ever since then, he just fell off. He's not doing good in this season anymore, especially of the flying meta comp. I'm gonna have to put him in barely meta. He definitely had a moment where he's like the best tank. He had one season where he's really good, but then besides that, he was like, he's mid. Thor, I've definitely never recalled him being meta. He's always been like a meh pick. You only pick him because you really like him and he's your main character. I actually heard, I don't watch the tournaments in Marvel Rivals, but out of all the heroes, like every hero in the game got picked except for Thor. That's actually crazy, you know? So he's just never been meta, unfortunately. Like Venom, I think Venom had some moments where he's really strong. I feel like he's never bad, no? I was gonna put him in C tier, which is barely meta, but I feel like he's never really been bad. Like he's always been like a mid pick, you know, like a mid pick. So I'm gonna have to put him in mostly meta, because I've never seen him like never meta. If he's not meta, he's like mid, you know, he's like balanced. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna be doing some final changes really quick. So this is my ranking on how OP these heroes are throughout this season. Now do keep in mind that this is a meta tier list. I rank these heroes based on how OP they've always been. Have they always been OP, or maybe only sometimes OP, or maybe they've just never been meta OP before. So that's it for today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, everybody.